Welcome, help me reach 4,000 subscribers. Your support keeps me creating the intense, emotional, and suspense-packed stories you love on Breakup Cheater. Like the video, drop a comment, subscribe for more jaw-dropping betrayal stories. Every click truly means the world. Thank you for being part of this growing family. I never thought a single sentence could make my world collapse in an instant. But when she said it, right there in front of everyone, I felt as if someone had yanked the floor from under me, leaving me suspended in a cruel, humiliating void. "Everyone, look at him," she exclaimed, her laugh light and teasing. "Honestly, he still doesn't know how to. Well, let's just say he's never been very good at handling me." The words hit me like a slap. I froze mid-step, holding my glass so tightly I thought I might crush it. Laughter rippled through the room, friends and acquaintances glancing at me, some puzzled, others awkwardly smiling, unsure how to react. I opened my mouth, hoping to turn it into a joke, to laugh along, but the words wouldn't come. My chest tightened. My hands shook. And worst of all, my wife, my Sarah, was smiling. Not a fleeting grin. Not the playful smile I knew from years of inside jokes and late-night whispers. But a sharp, deliberate, self-satisfied smile, like a blade aimed directly at me. I had always thought our marriage was safe, private. That we had an unspoken understanding, a shield against the world. But in that one moment, Sarah had stripped it all away. The party had started innocuously enough. It was Daniel's promotion celebration. He'd just made partner at the firm, and our friends and colleagues had gathered at a rented rooftop bar. I had been looking forward to the evening, to seeing everyone, to sharing laughs, drinks, and memories. I arrived early, helping Daniel and his wife with last-minute arrangements. Sarah had joined later, flitting through the crowd in a shimmering dress that made heads turn. I felt a small swell of pride. She looked stunning, radiant, alive. But as soon as the first glasses were clinked and the first laughs were shared, I felt it. The cold edge beneath her smiles, the way her eyes sometimes flicked past me, not in love or admiration but calculation. I pushed the thought aside. I was imagining things. Sarah couldn't embarrass me in front of friends. That was ridiculous. Yet there she was, standing on the balcony railing like a performer, drawing everyone's attention, and me along with it. "Honestly, everyone, you should see him when he thinks he's in charge," she said, laughing again, louder now. "He tries to be serious, but it's adorable." Few people chuckled nervously at first. Then the laughter grew louder, more assured, and suddenly I realized the room was spinning. I felt naked, exposed, and painfully aware of every pair of eyes on me. I tried to smile, tried to brush it off, but Sarah didn't stop. She kept going, her words slicing at me like knives, and the more she spoke, the more the room shifted. Whispers started. People glanced at each other, their eyes heavy with curiosity, amusement, judgment. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to vanish, to crawl under the floor, to make the world stop looking at me. But I couldn't move. Not yet. Then the comment came, the one that made my stomach twist and my hands shake. And honestly, I sometimes wonder why I even married him. It was meant to be a joke. Performance. Ease. But in that instant, I felt the full weight of her betrayal. Because the tone wasn't playful. There was a sharpness, a coldness, a satisfaction in saying it aloud that made it unmistakable. I excused myself, mumbling something about getting some air, and retreated to the balcony. The night felt suffocating, the laughter and music from inside muted through the glass doors. My heart pounded. I tried to breathe, tried to convince myself it was just a joke, that she would apologize later, that this was all harmless fun. But I knew deep down it wasn't. I wasn't imagining the way she had looked at me that morning, when she thought no one else could see. The way she had lingered over her phone, a faint smirk tugging at her lips. The way she had brushed past me in the kitchen with an intimacy that suddenly felt performative, calculated, distant. Something had changed. Something fundamental. When I returned, I tried to confront her quietly, leaning close to whisper, "Sarah, why did you do that?" She looked at me, eyes wide, lips parting as if caught, then laughed softly. It's just a joke, love. Everyone laughed. Don't be so dramatic. But I could see it, the glint of something else. Not regret. Not guilt. Pride. Triumph. I wanted to ask more, to dig deeper. But before I could, my friend Daniel approached, a careful frown on his face. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked gently. That, comment. "Yeah," I said, forcing a laugh that felt hollow even to me. "I'm fine. Just needed some air." But Daniel didn't look convinced, and as he walked away, I caught a few lingering glances from other guests, eyes narrowing, whispering, judging. Not just Sarah now, but me too. And then the whispers changed, slowly like a tide shifting. People started talking to her in hushed tones, shooting me apologetic looks, leaning in with questions I wasn't ready to answer. It was as if the room had collectively realized something. Something I hadn't even fully processed yet. It wasn't until later that night, after the party had ended and the guests had filtered out, that I discovered the full truth. I had returned home, my head pounding, every nerve raw, when a text from her phone, a message she had left logged in, caught my eye. My thumb trembled as I opened it. The messages weren't casual. They weren't joking. There were conversations with someone else. Someone I knew. Someone who had attended the party. The flirtatious texts, the secret meetings, the laughter that had once felt shared with me now revealed as stolen moments. Hidden, deliberate, intimate. I dropped the phone. My hands shook. My heart shattered in slow, deliberate pieces. The betrayal wasn't just in the words she had spoken at the party. It had been building for months, hidden behind smiles and whispered reassurances. The humiliation was merely the final act, performed publicly to ensure it hurt the most. I confronted her the next morning. "Sarah, what is this?" I asked, holding the phone between us, my voice low but trembling. She looked at me, unflinching, her eyes cold, unreadable. I don't know what you mean," she said softly. But her voice lacked conviction, her gaze flickering to the phone for just a fraction of a second before returning to mine. "Don't lie," I said, my voice breaking. "I saw the messages, the meetings, the texts, all of it. How long?" She didn't answer immediately. And when she finally spoke, the words were like venom wrapped in silk. "Long enough. And honestly, I was bored. You were predictable. You've always been too safe, too easy to figure out. I wanted something else." I felt my stomach churn, bile rising, tears burning in my eyes. The woman I had loved, trusted, built my life with, had not just humiliated me publicly. She had betrayed me privately, methodically, emotionally. I left our home that morning. I walked the streets aimlessly, the city's sounds muffled in my own disbelief. Friends called, asked if I was okay, unaware of the storm brewing in my chest. I didn't answer. Couldn't. Every step I took felt like a reminder of everything I had lost. Trust, intimacy, security. Took days, weeks, before I could even consider what to do next. Some part of me wanted revenge, to expose her the way she had exposed me. But another part, the deeper, quieter part, just wanted to disappear, to forget that I had ever shared my life with someone capable of such calculated cruelty. The final confrontation came when she tried to apologize weeks later. Her words fumbling, eyes wet, voice trembling. "I didn't mean to hurt you like that. I was stupid. It was just a joke." I listened, cold, distant, and for the first time I felt clarity amid the pain. "No," I said softly but firmly. "It wasn't a joke. Never was. And the truth you've hidden, the lies, the betrayal, that's not something we can pretend away. I trusted you, Sarah. I gave you everything. And you chose to break it, publicly and privately. That's not stupid. That's cruel." She tried to reach for me. I stepped back. The warmth, the connection, the years of love. It was all gone, evaporated by a single calculated choice. I moved out shortly after. I didn't shout. I didn't plead. I just left, taking only what was mine. My dignity, my self-respect, the remnants of a life that had once been whole. I think about her sometimes, of course. How could I not? The betrayal cuts like a shadow that lingers even when the sun is bright. But I don't regret leaving. Because in the silence that followed, in the solitude that enveloped me, I began to rebuild. Not just my life but myself. I learned something crucial from that night, from her laughter, from the cold glint in her eyes. Humiliation can be inflicted, but heartbreak and betrayal, those are gifts we give ourselves the power to heal from. And I did. Slowly, painfully, but fully. I won't ever forget. But I won't let her define me anymore.